When you are learning web development, you can directly get started with HTML, CSS, and then JavaScript. But most of you, I know that you are studying in BCA or engineering, or even maybe in PU computer science. So because of that, you will be already introduced to programming language like C, C++, Python, or Java, and all those languages. So because of that, it's absolutely fine that you people are learning programming first. Then after that, you will be learning web language, that is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Then after that, you will be able to build web projects. But during this process, there are so many easy ways to do things. For example, instead of building website, you can directly use something like WordPress or Wix or some kind of site builder. That's also one option, right? So why do you think that is not that much great because it's that much easy to do? Obviously, because Wix developers won't be paying as much as say like React or Node.js developer. So it's obvious that if you are like actually into this particular field and want to make lots of money or even to make some kind of impact in this world, then obviously you have to choose hard way compared to the easier way. So during this process, you have to learn lots of things. And if you say me like what people used to do maybe 15 or 20 years back, they used to go to library and they used to take the book and they used to read and learn programming or web development or any kind of tech related field. And that was the go-to way. And another option was available is you ask someone who is experienced, maybe you are a teacher, maybe some friend of yours or some family member who already done this web development. And that was the only other option was available other than going to book library or buying the book and reading it and learning from it. After that, internet got popular and people started using internet, and for everything people used to use Google, YouTube, and all the other platforms where they can learn web development. But now people are using all this AI, GitHub Copilot, and ChatGPT, Bing's bot, and maybe Google Bard, and so many other technology using which you can make your life easier. But as I said earlier, making life easier in web development not necessarily mean you'll be getting paid more and your work will be easier. Most people think that okay, they can directly go to ChatGPT and ask one question and there you go, one website is ready and it will give and you can sell it and make lakhs of rupees. That's actually not true, and people who think like that are either non-programmers or people who are non-technical people or people who know programming but they are like new to it. Someone who already knows about it will understand that ChatGPT gives so many wrong answers and it's not like you can build entirely full-fledged website using it. Yeah, if you are expert and you already have knowledge, you can use ChatGPT to make your work life easier. But as I said, easier doesn't mean that your work will be better until and unless you have done your play of working hard previously. Maybe you used to Google a lot and learn from it, or maybe you used to even take books out and learn from it. Then now ChatGPT is available, and if you face some kind of problem, you go ahead and type it and it will try to provide the solution faster than you manually going to bookstore and reading it, or maybe you manually searching it in the Google. It will just answer you based on whatever the question and need you have. So for those people, it's absolutely fine to use this kind of technologies. People who are just getting started into it, there is high chance that it will give wrong code and you will learn that wrong code and you will use it, and from that, as you know, that you won't be getting any kind of benefit because it won't execute and you won't be knowing what exactly it does also, even if it executes. So whenever you are using these kind of AI tools, maybe even GitHub Copilot, that time you need to make sure that your code works fine. In coding language, we call it as debugging. So you need to debug your code. Even if you copy paste it from Google or even ChatGPT, or even if you use Google Copilot in your VS Code, just make sure that whatever the code you wrote, it works fine and you actually understand the logic behind how does that particular code works. Because blindly copying and pasting one code or using it from from some AI is not that much great advice, especially if you are planning to make money out of it. Because in production level, if you try to use such code, then obviously someone will try to exploit it, or a team member will understand that it might be copied because you don't have any kind of knowledge how does that particular piece of code works. So just make sure that you debug it properly and you know what exactly is happening. Even if you are not understanding, ask with your friends and get that knowledge that how does it work, because ChatGPT's description might not be that much up to the level. That's why you need to make sure that you debug your code properly. And not only that, you just need to practice it. So you copy it from somewhere else and you put it in your code, and the moment you do that, you are using someone else's code. So it's fine to use it at first time whenever you are doing it for first time, but once you copied it and once you understood what does that code do and how does it work, next project you might not have to again go back to that particular website to understand it. You need to practice it again and again so that you know like how does it work. Yeah, people say that okay, it's easier to search in the Google or even ask ChatGPT and use it. Yes, absolutely right. But once you are doing it repeatedly and you know exactly what does that particular function do and what is the meaning of that code, next time you won't even be wasting your time to explain it to ChatGPT to get that answer. You will be immediately like writing it because you already know how does it work and how to write such code. Because of that, practice makes sure that you don't have to like use any kind of tool, just your brain and your hands to code that particular thing. So that's why I would highly recommend you to learn and practice again and again in this particular field, so that you'll get expert in whatever the coding language or web development technology you are working on. So that's it for this video. If you like this kind of videos, don't forget to hit that like button and see you in the next video. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you already subscribed, then it's awesome. So that's it for this video, guys, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.